Two people arrive in a Porsche. One spent about $63,000. The other spent over $2 million. Same crest. Same brand. Completely different machines. One is taking the kids to school. The other owns a road-legal car capable of embarrassing race cars. Most people couldn't tell you why. Today, we're breaking down the 7 levels of Porsche, from the most affordable model wearing the famous badge to the ultra-rare machines that have become investment assets. By the end, you'll understand where the engineering justifies the price, and where you're paying for something far beyond transportation. Let's get into it. Level 1. The entry point. The Porsche Macan. This is where the majority of Porsche ownership begins. It's also where Porsche quietly earns a huge portion of its profits. A new Macan starts at roughly $63,000. Under the hood is a 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder producing around 261 horsepower, enough to reach 60 miles per hour in about 6 seconds. Quick for a compact luxury SUV. But among modern Porsches, it's the slowest way into the brand. Here's what rarely appears in the advertisements. The Macan shares much of its underlying platform with the Audi Q5. Both belong to the Volkswagen Group. The architecture is largely the same. Porsche redesigned the suspension, sharpened the steering, upgraded the interior, and transformed the driving experience. The result is unquestionably the better vehicle. But the increase in price is larger than the increase in engineering. That's how luxury brands work. The Macan is an excellent SUV. It simply isn't the pure Porsche experience many first-time buyers imagine. The smartest move? Buy one lightly used. After only a couple of years, depreciation drops the price dramatically, while the driving experience remains almost identical. Level 2. The Cayenne. This is where Porsche's engineering starts to fully earn its premium. The Cayenne begins around $80,000, while higher performance versions produce well over 600 horsepower and sprint to 60 miles per hour in just over 3 seconds. For a full-size luxury SUV, those numbers are extraordinary.
Air suspension.
Powerful twin-turbo engines. V8 options higher in the range. This is also the vehicle that completely transformed Porsche's future. During the late 1990s, the company was struggling financially. Then Porsche introduced an SUV. Enthusiasts criticized the decision. Customers bought it anyway. The Cayenne became Porsche's financial engine. Its success funded decades of sports car development, racing programs, and halo models that enthusiasts celebrate today. For many buyers, the Cayenne S strikes the best balance between performance, comfort, and value. And beyond this point, the prices climb quickly. Level 3. The PANAMERA. This is Porsche's answer to a question few manufacturers solve well. How do you build a luxury sedan that still drives like a sports car? The PANAMERA starts around $105,000, while flagship hybrid versions exceed $200,000 and deliver performance once reserved for supercars. For full doors, comfortable rear seating, massage functions, luxury features expected from an executive sedan. Yet underneath it all is technology inspired by Porsche's endurance racing program. Its hybrid system owes much to lessons learned at Le Mans. In many ways, you're driving racing technology to the office. If you rarely carry passengers, the 911 is still the obvious choice. If your lifestyle requires both luxury and genuine performance, this is where the PANAMERA makes perfect sense. Level 4. The Cayman and BOXSTER. This is where driving enthusiasts usually arrive.
Mid-engine.
Rear-wheel drive. 2 seats. Some of the finest handling available anywhere below 6 figures. The Cayman starts near $73,000. The GT4 RS pushes beyond $160,000 with a naturally aspirated flat-six producing nearly 500 horsepower and revving to 9,000 revolutions per minute. Entry models use a turbocharged 4-cylinder. Some enthusiasts miss the sound of Porsche's traditional flat-six. They're not wrong. Move into the GTS or GT4, and that unmistakable engine note returns. Here's something Porsche rarely emphasizes. Objectively speaking, the Cayman is better balanced than the 911. Its mid-engine layout provides nearly ideal weight distribution. Lower center of gravity.
Sharper handling.
Nearly every automotive journalist who's driven both knows this. So does Porsche. That's exactly why the Cayman has always been carefully positioned below the 911. If it consistently outperformed the flagship on paper, many buyers would simply choose the cheaper car. The Cayman is arguably the better driver's machine. The 911 remains the bigger icon. That's the hierarchy most buyers never hear about. Level 5, the 911. Now we arrive at Porsche's legend, the 911. Production began in 1964. More than 60 years later, the silhouette remains instantly recognizable. Rear engine, distinctive proportions, an identity that has survived generations of refinement. Entry Carrera models begin around $122,000. Performance variants like the GT3, Turbo S, and GT3 RS quickly exceed $225,000. Limited editions often sell for whatever the market is willing to pay. On paper, placing the engine behind the rear axle shouldn't work. Physics says it should create instability. Porsche spent decades engineering around that limitation until it became the car's greatest strength. Today's 911 corners faster than many machines with theoretically superior layouts. It's proof that persistence can outperform convention. Certain naturally aspirated generations are already becoming collector favorites. Values continue climbing as enthusiasts recognize what can no longer be built. Level 6, the electric era. This is where Porsche abandons gasoline without abandoning performance. The Taycan represents the company's vision for the future. Base models begin around $100,000. The Turbo S approaches $210,000. Many electric cars are incredibly fast once. The Taycan is engineered to be incredibly fast repeatedly. Its sophisticated cooling system allows launch after launch without significant performance loss. That's the difference. Porsche expects owners to use the performance they paid for. More importantly, the Taycan still feels unmistakably like a Porsche.
Precise steering.
Excellent balance. Outstanding braking. Everything enthusiasts expect. Just delivered in complete silence. This is where Porsche's next chapter is being written. Level 7, the collector cars. Now Porsche stops being transportation. It becomes an investment category. The 918 Spider. Only 918 examples were built. Its naturally aspirated V8 combined with hybrid technology produces nearly 900 horsepower. Originally priced below $1 million. Today, well-optioned examples routinely trade between $2 and $3 million. Then there's the Carrera GT, built between 2004 and 2007. Powered by a V10 derived from Porsche's abandoned Le Mans racing program. A 6-speed manual. Minimal electronic assistance. One of the last truly analog hypercars. Originally sold for under $500,000. Today, pristine examples often command well over $1.5 million. Collectors don't buy these cars for commuting. They live in climate-controlled collections, appear at concours events, and continue appreciating as automotive history. They're no longer simply cars. They're rolling pieces of engineering history. So, where does that leave the average buyer? The Macan is an outstanding luxury SUV, but one that's smartest to buy used. Levels 2 through 5, the Cayenne, PANAMERA, Cayman, and especially the 911, are where Porsche's engineering truly justifies the premium. Start with a Cayman or Cayenne. Understand why so many enthusiasts remain loyal to the brand. Move upward only when your lifestyle and your finances make it reasonable. Above that, you're no longer buying transportation. You're buying history. You're buying exclusivity. You're buying something that says as much about your financial position as it does about your taste. The biggest mistake isn't choosing the wrong Porsche. It's buying one you're too afraid to enjoy. I break down how these industries really work, not how the brochures describe them. I'll see you in the next one.